Yes, people, hello and welcome back to part 2 of the custom hearing protection journey that I've been on. I went for the neon pink as you saw in the first video. Kieran's already got a set in black. Here's a couple of clips from the rave before we go into a quick recap. Yes, now, so it's now the next day. The rave was last night. What a sick event, by the way. Hold Tight the Mutes gang. Yeah, just a little recap of like my first experience wearing the ACS hearing protection compared to the hearing protection I've worn in the past. The first thing I noticed, as soon as I walked into the event, is how muted everything was in comparison to similar experiences of where you go into an event and you wear hearing protection that's like on the cheaper side, like the Alpine series that I used to use. Having the fitted feel in your ear really does block out so much, and I went for the 17 dB or the minus 17 dB filter, which was the recommended one for DJing and club environments. And yeah, I don't have any qualms at all with how it went. Another thing I would mention is I think a lot of people will know, especially the ones that don't wear hearing protection when you go to an event, is how much your ears ring when you get into bed. It's just that constant piercing sound. As someone who suffers with tinnitus, I already have that, but not quite as bad as when you get back from a rave. And when I got into bed at 4 or 5 this morning, I noticed that it was just the normal level of tinnitus. Apart from feeling like I'd just been out, my hearing, I couldn't tell that I'd been out from my hearing, if you know what I mean. It sounds, my wording's probably a bit off with that, but you know what I mean. Yeah, as you saw in the clips before, I went for the neon pink. There they are in all their glory. I cannot recommend getting a pair of these enough if you are someone who works in the music industry, especially DJ, producer, stuff like that. When you're playing out club environments all the time, you've got that constant hammering of your ears. Obviously, there's also a clip in there from someone's Apple Watch of what the sound levels were hitting. That constantly in an event is terrible for your ears. That's such a loud environment. And if you're going out once, twice, 3 times a week, I know I did when I was younger, twice a week standard sort of stuff, your ears are going to get absolutely battered. And I won't look back from getting a set of these. I will not look back. Fully recommend it. And if you've got the money as a raver, I would recommend getting some as well. Obviously, if you're a musician, if you're in the music industry, make sure you take hold of that musician's hearing health offer of, I think it was 44 quid. I mean, you really can't go wrong with that. Get yourself signed up to the Musicians Union, get yourself a pair of those. What are you waiting for? Protect your ears, people. You only get one set.